Facebook, the social media world. Let's just leave it at that. Today we're going to talk about, I had to make sure everything was recording because I wasn't recording one day. So we talk about share, deploy, and develop your gift. Somebody hit me up and they were like, I'm just going to read some of what they said. When we speak about God making room for your gift, in the same way, you have to declutter and clean out your house. Clean and make room for the new. You have to make room for those gifts that are supposed to have a place and be displayed in your life. Triggers and traumas are taking up room. There's no place for the gift to be displayed. Let's make room for those gifts, and we're going to start identifying those self-love flags. And then we will move into deploying the gift, developing the gift. So I read to y'all the notes that I found in my mother's notebook the other day. It was share, deploy, and develop the gift. And as I was going back and forth, if I was going to elaborate on what she said, I was like, I don't know. But that was just another way of me doubting myself, because I'm not saying that I didn't think that I couldn't do it, but thinking that, how much more can I add to this? And then I ended up adding more to it. So when that person sent me that, then again, now adding to what they were saying. So uncovering and embracing your gifts by addressing your self-love flags. That is supposed to be the title of this thing, but I don't know why Instagram is being weird right now. It's been weird with me for the past maybe like the past 2 weeks. Instagram has been weird. But we're going to explore how trauma and triggers can stop us from walking in our gift, because we need space. So we have to get some of that manure out the way in order to step into our gift. Because you can say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and actually do it, and then kind of messing up from thinking too much, messing up from thinking, oh, this person going to think this about me, or this person has already said this about me, so I know when I do this, they're going to have something else to say. But in reality, it doesn't matter what anybody else has to say. If that's your gift, your name is on it. Just like for Christmas, it ain't your sister's name, it ain't your mother's name, it ain't your father's name. It's your name on that gift. It's on there. That's your gift. It's stamped on there. However you put it on there, the gift is yours. It's yours to deploy. It's yours to develop. It's your gift. Just like you got certain people that they get up in front of a room and they speak in front of people, and you're like, oh my God, I could never do that. That's one of their gifts. Their gifts is to talk. Like I was saying something about somebody being a little girl being a motivational speaker. She was on the Jennifer Hudson show. Actually, one of my coworkers' granddaughters. I said she's gonna be a motivational speaker just how she was talking as a 6-year-old. She's only 6. So I said, she's gonna be something. She's gonna be something. She's gonna be talking to people. So the hidden gift within trauma. Now, I know a lot of people going around, they saying they got trauma from childhood, they got trauma from work, they got trauma from church, they got trauma from different areas in their life. And yeah, we all got trauma. But are you going to let your trauma stop you from putting your gift out there, and the gift that, like I said before, the gift that's supposed to make room for you? Are you going to let that gift be squandered because of your trauma? Because, like I said, we all got trauma. But the reason that we must deal with it, because the self-love flags and then the trauma, they kind of hold on to each other. Because sometimes you're not supposed to be certain places, but you're there because, hey, Aaron, you're there because this person is there, or that person there. And when you experience some kind of trauma, it holds you back from doing certain things. Like some people have been emotionally abused. They've been their parents talk to them crazy. So they think I'm not important. I'm not enough. I'm a nobody. So they carry those traumas into adulthood. They carry those traumas into having children, and now your children got trauma because you're not in the seat that you're supposed to be in. Just like I said, it's your gift. Just like for Christmas, it's your gift. Your name is on that gift. Yeah, you got trauma. But how are we going to get past that trauma without fumbling a gift, without messing up the gift and saying, I tried, but I didn't do it? Because you didn't develop the gift, because you let the trauma be ahead of the gift. You put the trauma out there, but you should be putting the trauma back. That's why I'm a big advocate for therapy. A lot of people, they're like, you don't need to go to therapist. You can ask yourself questions. If you could actually ask yourself questions and therapize yourself, that's not a word, but I'm going to say it is. If you could actually do that, why not doing it? Because you can't. And sometimes you don't need to go to the therapist. Sometimes you need to go to that friend who you be like, she's getting on my nerves, but she's telling you the truth. She's telling you a way to help you. That's why I'm big on therapists. I'm big on coaching, and I'm big on people being honest with other people, because a lot of times people are not honest with people, and they let them sit. Oh, I'm going to sit in this trauma for the next 40 years. You're 40 something years old, still talking about what your mother did to you when you was younger, because you don't want to go talk to a professional, or you don't want to talk to somebody that's going to actually say, okay, how are we going to get past this? It's time to get past this so we can go and live life the way we want to live. That's you. That's what people say. I'm not even gonna, they say that. But how are we gonna get past this? What are the steps going to be to get past this trauma? Because there's certain things that went on in my childhood, and I used to be like, what the heck was my mother thinking? But I couldn't sit around and say, oh, because my mother didn't do this, this is why I am who I am. I'm 40 something years old. I'll be 44 in July. There comes a time in your life where you can't keep blaming it on everybody else. And you got to start saying, okay, I picked this person to be in a relationship where I had this person. I don't know what it is, but this bugs me. When people have kids with someone that doesn't take care of kids that they already have, and then now you're mad because they're not taking care of your kid. That's neither here nor there. But it's about how you choose people and how they show up in your life. They didn't show up in their kids' life. You think they're gonna show up in your kid's life? That's a whole nother story. But the trauma can't overshadow the gift. There are certain gifts that people have. Sometimes the trauma overshadows it. And then we have the people that, I can't do this. I can't do this. Their lack of confidence in themselves overshadows it. So we have to get to the point where we're like, okay, I got this trauma. I got this stuff going on. What am I going to do to stop living in my trauma? Because if you've already been living in it for the, let's say 25 year, you're considered an adult mentally. You're still living in it and you're 40 something years old. You didn't live with your mama since you was like 20 something. So you can't keep blaming all your problems on your mama. So so when that person sent me that thing, when they sent me that DM, I was just like, well, how we mixing the self-love? Because a lot of things people do, like the people pleasing and the being a yes man, yes woman, all comes into wanting to be, what's the word I want to say? They want to feel like somebody needs them because of the trauma that they had in their childhood. but it's also showing that you don't have self-love for yourself because you don't say no. Then we have the like, what are we going to do? Okay, to start the journey of uncovering and embracing our gifts. Like I said, reflecting on that trauma and those triggers. So you might have to take a notebook and write some stuff down. You might have to sit and meditate and really think about the stuff that you went through and think, okay, I went through this. This is triggering for me. This person is triggering for me. How am I going to get past this and put my gift out there so that people understand that even though you got trauma, you got a whole bunch of stuff going on, I still put my gift out there. I'm still showing up for myself first, for yourself first, showing up. I'm still showing up. I'm still developing the gift. So you're going to reflect on those past traumas. And once you figure out those triggers too, because certain things trigger me. Thieves trigger me. Like, I can't stand a thief. Thieves trigger me. That's one thing I cannot stand. And it was because of some childhood trauma. So when I moved out and I moved in with my kid's father at the time, I didn't want nobody to come to the house because I was like, they're just going to steal something. And that's just how I felt, like they're just going to steal something. So everybody got childhood trauma and everybody, you got to deal with it in your own way. But we got to deal with it so we can put our gifts out there. So you write down those experiences in your journal, your emotions, the patterns that emerge. Because when you don't deal with stuff, it keeps coming back. No matter what you do, because you're not dealing with it, it's always going to come back. That's why people keep breaking up with people and dating the same person in a different body. It's always going to come back. I'm the same. No one comes to the house. Yeah, I'll be like, like all that stuff that they be doing when they be out there recording and doing all that stuff. Because I don't trust people when it comes to stuff like that. So I want y'all to reflect on those past traumas and those triggers. Write them down. You can write them down, you can meditate on them after, you can pray about them, whatever makes you feel like you are getting past them. Call you a therapist, call you a counselor, or call that friend. That's going to help you talk it out. And don't beat yourself up about it. Everybody got trauma. Everybody got triggers. Everybody got something going on with them, but they still showing up. They're still doing the work. And that's when it comes down to, I got triggers, I got trauma. I still gotta do the work. I still gotta get up. Like, you get up and go to work every day through your traumas. If you could get up and go to work every day, you can work on the trauma and the triggers, and you can work on that. Because people will say one thing, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. But they will get up and they will go to work every day depressed. They will go to work sad. But when it comes to working on themselves, nobody really wants to do the work. So if you can get your behind up and go to work, you can get your behind up and go do what you need to do for you mentally. Because at this point, there's no more excuses. You can't keep making excuses. You can't keep blaming mommy and daddy. You can't keep blaming sister and brother, uncle, aunt, and uncle. Go see somebody. Go talk to somebody. Go talk to that friend and have them talk it out. Go write it out. Go write it out. I know some people, they write stuff out and then they burn it. If that's going to work for you, then do it. Whatever's going to work for you to walk in your gift. Like I said the other day, your gift will make room for you. And just like the person that would show up for yourself, exactly. Just like the person's DM that I was reading. In the same way you declutter your house, clean, and make room for new, you have to make room for these gifts. The gift can't be there with the trauma. The trauma gotta shrink so the gift could come up. All right. So I'll talk to you guys next time. I think this is gonna be like a little series. That's kind of what it's turning into. So If you're not, what is it when you click the bell? Like, I think at the end of this, it'll say, do you wanna, be notified for my lives? That's what I'm trying to say. If you wanna be notified for my lives, because I think I'm definitely gonna probably just make this a series, and today is Tuesday, so I won't be on tomorrow, but Thursday and Friday, and I got something new for Friday. So stay posted. I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, I didn't end. Bye, YouTube.